regardless is that probably half or maybe all of the Republican conference was going to vote in defiance of the president, in open, public, explicit defiance, to release these Epstein files, which might credibly contain embarrassing or damning evidence of Trump's friendship with Epstein. That was going to happen regardless. And last week, Trump was still bringing people into the Oval Office, including Lauren Boebert, trying to convince them to prevent this from happening. And so he failed to cover it up. He failed to convince Republicans to be complicit in the cover-up, to be an accomplice. Him and Mike Johnson failed to prevent it from coming to the floor. It was going to come out in a couple of days anyway. And now, just days before this inevitable embarrassment and mutiny by his own party, now Trump says, all right, yeah, I guess you're right, release the files. Really? So Trump has merely acquiesced to what would have been inevitable. And this is a story. This is from the New York Times. It says, quote, President Trump denounced calls for the release of the Epstein files as a Democrat hoax. He dispatched aides to warn Republicans that backing it would be seen as a hostile act. He placed personal calls to those who dared to do so, even dispatched his attorney general and FBI director to meet with one in the White House Situation Room to get her to flip. In the end, none of it worked. And on Sunday night, Mr. Trump did something he has rarely been forced to do. He caved in the face of pressure from his party and called on House Republicans to go ahead and back a bill ordering his DOJ to release all of its investigative files on the convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. By Monday, he was saying, sure, he would sign the legislation he has spent months trying to kill. It's not clear that doing so would have any concrete impact. Mr. Trump could have ordered the release of the files without an act of Congress and has not. It remains to be seen whether his DOJ will ultimately release the files anyway. But his reversal has opened the floodgates of Republicans backing the bill, which is expected to come to a vote in the House as early as Tuesday and appears likely to pass unanimously. Unanimously, every member of the House is going to vote for this. It has also raised questions about Mr. Trump's ability to impose his will on Republicans and the nation, suggesting a slip in his iron grip on his party amid his falling poll numbers, rising prices, and rifts within his political coalition. For months, House Republicans had dreaded the prospect of a vote on releasing the files. Such a moment would leave them torn between pressure from a fervent base demanding that they support the release of the files and a vengeful president demanding the opposite. Mr. Trump's about-face was a bow to the inevitable that came after it had become clear that many, if not most, Republicans were planning to support the measure, wary of appearing to aid in a cover-up for Jeffrey Epstein. Even Representative Troy Nehls, the Republican of Texas, was now on board just days after he wrote on social media that he would be a hard no on the release of the Epstein hoax designed by Democrats to distract us from the winning of President Trump and his administration. So it's like I said, Trump is not actually supporting the release of the files. He is acquiescing because the release of the files has now become inevitable. And there is some credit due, I suppose. It's positive that Trump has now gotten behind it, even if it's too little too late. But still, and I said this from the very beginning, we have to wonder what exactly is in the files. I said this from the start. I don't necessarily believe that Trump is on the island having sex with underage girls or complicit in some kind of sexual abuse. I actually think that's unlikely. But the problem is that if Trump has been engaged in an active cover-up basically since the beginning of the second term, it creates a very negative perception. It creates the appearance of impropriety, and we almost have to draw a negative inference based on that. And you just go over the timeline. In February, he basically tried to trick the public. He had all the MAGA influencers at the White House, gave them these fake binders and said, here's the Epstein files. Take them. Look, here it is. And then they went public with what was in the binders, and it was things that had already been disclosed. And so you have to wonder, what was that? If Trump never intended to release the files, but he pulled that stunt, clearly that was a trick. They tried to deceive the public. They tried it, and then they failed. They went through the motions because they knew the public wanted the files. They knew they promised the files. They wanted credit for it. And they wanted those questions to go away, so they tried to psych us out. And then when the public realized, they said, well, we're going to release them later. Then Trump ordered the FBI to look through the files privately. And the FBI found that Trump's name is all over them. They told that to the president. When asked about this, Trump said he had no knowledge of that. That was a lie. Then, a couple months after this, in July, the Trump DOJ comes out and says, well, there are no Epstein files. Those don't exist. This week, the Democrats compel the release of 20,000 emails, and Trump's name is all over them. And this just proves it. You tried to trick us. You tried to postpone it. You tried to bury it. You lied and said there were no files. You lied and said you didn't know what was in them. And in the end, when Democrats release the files, it proves they exist. There are files that have not been released. Your name is in them. And they do actually raise serious questions. And so it became an inevitability that Trump would have to buckle on this. But it's like I said, I don't know necessarily that Trump is in them in a criminal way, but if he went to such lengths to prevent them from coming out, like I said, those are pretty extraordinary machinations. He did not want these to come out. He was actively burning political capital, preventing Congress from acting, calling his allies his enemies, calling them traitors, calling his voters traitors. You have to think this was almost a years-long campaign alienating supporters, political allies, lying, postponing, covering up. Like every trick in the book, every form of soft power was used to prevent the files from getting out. Why? We have no choice but to assume, at the minimum, it's something very embarrassing and damaging. At the most, it might be criminal. Now the release of the files has become inevitable. And finally, Trump says, oh, all right, well, now I support the release of the files. Okay, well, that's because they were going to come out anyway.
At all.
You were trying to prevent their release 3 days ago, and now you say you support them being released. By the way, it goes without saying, Trump could release the files himself. He could sign an executive order as the president of the United States, and the DOJ and the FBI could release them without an act of Congress, without any of it. They could have done that from day one. They released the Amelia Earhart files. They released the JFK files. They could have done it in exactly the same way. Now that Trump is getting behind the release, it makes me think that they're going to come out anyway, and maybe there's nothing criminal, but at the minimum, it's something very embarrassing. But it's a political reality that he has just had to accept at this point. And you have to wonder, why did he not do this from the very beginning? Because even if the files get released this week, and I don't mean to be this guy, but it's just true. Let's say that the DOJ is compelled to release the files by an act of Congress, and maybe they release something. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Let's say they even release something. Can the trust between the base and Trump really ever be repaired? And I don't mean that purely as a rhetorical question, although I suppose it kind of is one. But can you truly repair the breach in trust? At the end of the day, Trump would not have released the files if he could get away with it. And he tried to. He tried to trick us. He tried to lie to us. And it failed. Now we're going to see it. And now we're supposed to say, oh, okay, well, I guess we trust Trump again. He tried to get away with it and failed. So then that begs the question, well, who really is he? And what else has he tried to get away with? And what has he succeeded in getting away with? You have to wonder if he promised he would deliver on the Epstein files, and only because there was this groundswell of opposition from both parties did he finally relent and keep the promise. Is he even capable of keeping any other promise? Is he willing to keep any other promise? The one guy on the Republican side that made this possible, Thomas Massie. And that guy is Trump's number one enemy now. Trump is making fun of his wife. Trump is calling for him to be primaried. AIPAC is marshaling millions of dollars in Thomas Massie's district to prevent him from winning his seat again. So it's too little too late. It's like I said before. Just because Trump has now finally relented against the inevitable, now that he has acquiesced to America first, no, sorry, you don't get to climb back onto your throne and enjoy the same credibility. What needs to happen now is a transition. Trump is a lame duck. 2026, most likely he's going to lose the House. 2027, people are going to start to run. Here is what I want. Here are my demands. I wish Trump would be better. At this point, too little, too late. What I want is for Trump to do the right thing, maybe arguably the thing that he couldn't do as president. And what that is to guarantee that his successor can take it further than he can. That's my expectation. I think this administration is cooked. I think he's cooked. I don't think that his reputation can recover from this. I don't think his administration can recover.
About Nick?
I think they're basically finished. And I'm not going to be one of these guys on Twitter, rah, rah, rah. Let's see if we can, get Trump to fire the bad people and hire the good people. We're sort of past that. For me, the question is whether Trump can redeem himself by ensuring that his successor and the heir apparent of MAGA is going to be somebody that is America first. I don't think he can salvage his own administration. I don't think he could even salvage his own reputation in some ways. I think people are very black-pilled, although there's some slim chance maybe he could turn it around. I think the biggest thing that he can do is to, at the minimum, not stand in the way and at the most actually help us realize the vision that he could not in the past 10 years, which is America first. He got into this in 2016. Things were so messed up. They fought him so hard. Things became complicated. We all understand that. We all, and maybe we can't even imagine the pressure he's under, but we could certainly respect it. Nobody has fought harder, more perseverance, been under more pressure. Nobody has that inner strength that Trump has. And we can all recognize that if he fell short, it wasn't for a lack of trying. It's just only one man can only do so much. And now that the ambitions and the hopes of MAGA are falling short, now that that is coming up on the
clock
is running out here.
Is MAGA dead?
Reality is setting in.
I don't think it is.
Trump's age is getting the better of him. These other things are getting the better of him. I think now the only thing that can be done is that Trump has to facilitate a transition to a younger, more ideologically pure version of America first that will take the baton and take it to the next stage. That's of critical importance at this point. Yeah, and on some level, I love Trump as a person. But he has to recognize that he can't give the future to Ben Shapiro. He can't give the future to Mark Levin and the GOP. This is me, the guy that volunteered for Trump in New Hampshire, that believed in him in 2016.
Oh, this is you, Nick
We are
Fuentes.
begging Trump, hand off the baton to a new generation that will actually put America first. The worst thing that he could do, and this is what would truly be unforgivable, is if he passed the baton to somebody that would bring us back to where we started before Trump began. Somebody that would, rather than realize or fight for America first, would betray it and betray the imagination or the inspiration of Trump from the very beginning, rather than try to realize it. That would be the worst betrayal. So I look at Trump's role at this point. He's battered. He's war wounded. He's tired. He's old. It's been a long journey, and no one, you really can't be too upset with him in some ways because he's only a man. But his last act, I think his last most important act as president has to be to guarantee a smooth succession, because I don't think you recover from this. He tried to fight the Epstein files. He tried to fight the deep state. The administration is what it is. It's cooked. All he can do now is make sure that he doesn't stand in the way of the next gen. Marjorie Greene, Thomas Massie, Tucker Carlson. I don't believe J.D. Vance is part of that. He'll have to prove himself, although I would be skeptical no matter what.
Nick Fuentes
Frankly,
is live
I don't
right now.
consider him a part of that.
Literally live on Rumble.
But he needs to get out of the way at this point and let the real America first rise. That was always my issue, even last year. So that's that. And we'll see what he does. The ball is in his court. The House may vote tomorrow or maybe Wednesday. Then the Senate will take it up. And then it's up to the DOJ if they'll even decide to release or what to release. They have some discretion as far as that is concerned. I'm not even hopeful. At this point, I think it speaks for itself. What's in the files, what's not in the files. Who even trusts it at this point? Who even trusts him? Who's to say they didn't burn half the files? Who's to say they're going to give us everything? Nobody trusts it at this point. So that's really going to be the bigger conversation in the next 3 years. But that's that. We're going to move on. We're going to take a look at our super chats. We'll see what you guys have to say about all this. I'm going to take a look here. And we'll see.
Getting down to the end of his stream. He's been live for like 3 hours.
My headset. All right. All right, let's take a look. Monday again. Got to psych myself up. Another week of super chats. Let's get mentally prepared here. Okay, let's take a look.
Mr. Baggetter sent $20. I feel the same way about sharing a living space with a significant other. Me and my GF's future idea is that we'll have 2 separate bedrooms so I can have my alone time / game room in my room with all my nerd shit. Still spend nights together most times, but you need time alone as a guy. It's no brutalist tower, but just an idea.
Are we really doing this? We're doing it this early again. I'm going to save that maybe for later. We don't need to re-engage on that.
Headmaster69 sent $20. Jewish reporter attacked Tucker's son over anti-Semitism and Vance defended him. Does it sound to you like Vance is drawing a line between Jews and Christians? Do you get the impression Vance is sending a message to Jews to act more Christian or get out of the coalition?
I don't trust anything that Vance says because Vance, I think, will say anything. And he has said everything. He said that Trump was a Nazi until he recognized that Trump was going to be the guy. So I don't trust a word that Vance says. I don't trust a word that comes out of his mouth. And if you think that Vance is becoming based, well, take a look at his chief of staff. Go ahead, Google it. Take a look at Vance's chief of staff and see what various Israeli media has to write about him. So Vance's chief of staff is this Jewish guy. He goes around telling people, no, don't worry about what Vance says. Trust me, we've got him. So I don't actually care what he says. And if you take away nothing else from this show, it should be this. It does not matter what they say, what they profess. What matters is all of it taken together. Their personnel, their donors, their policy positions, who they associate with. And yes, also what they say too. So the biggest mistake you idiots could make is this is why I call you goyim. This is why I call you cattle. This is why the Jews are right to say that. Because the reason you fall for it over and over again, why do you keep falling for it? Why do you vote for Trump and Trump betrays you and you're surprised? It's because you people are so credulous.
What do you mean, you people?
You're so simple. You take everything at face value. They're politicians. It's their job to tell you things you want to hear. That's their job. Their job is to come up with convoluted marketing strategies and to manufacture emotionally based appeals to you, to endear themselves to you, to earn your support, to earn credibility. That's their job. So people say, Vance said this. You think he changed? It means nothing. Politicians will say anything, especially someone like Vance. Who even is this guy? Like, seriously, where did he come from? Does anyone even know? He wrote press releases for the Marines. Then he had a series of no-show jobs in Silicon Valley working for powerful patrons. Then he became a senator, okay? That's what he did. For some reason, he was selected to write a New York Times bestseller about hillbillies. He was a nobody. Who was J.D. Vance before the book? He was some desk Marine who then went to Yale, a breeding ground for the CIA. Then he got a bunch of no-show tech jobs from Peter Thiel, his sugar daddy, where he wrote this book about his Meemaw. And then he took his book on the road and he went to all the most powerful people and sold the book. Then he became a senator. Now he's the vice president. Nobody finds that weird? He was calling Trump a Nazi and said Trump is worse than Hitler, and he voted for Evan McMullin. Now he's his number one fan. And you're telling me, oh, well, but Vance said something good. I think I like him. That's all of you people. Do you see what Vance said? He's looking good. That's why, then that is why you will never, ever have sovereignty. Because you are too foolish. You have to look at what people do, not just what they say. You have to look at who they owe. Who are their benefactors? Who are their patrons? Who is their personnel? Because that tells you a lot more. And people are always saying that I attack J.D. Vance's family. I'm not attacking his family. I'm not attacking his family at all. I'm saying that Vance is in a mixed race, a family. And I'm saying that that tells you a lot more about his values than anything that he says will.
Look how fucking look at
Like, that's
this.
weird.
There's one guy on the roof right now.
He goes
There's
to
one guy.
Yale and
One
marries
guy on the roof.
Indian royalty. Like, her
got
family is
so
connected
many
with
ice.
the ruling party
I'm
in
gonna
India.
turn down Nick here.
Okay, Usha Vance.
You gotta turn him down. Ice is literally able to come and go
And Vance writes in his book, I married her
without
because I
any
wanted to get as
interference.
far
This
away
is
from my
great.
family who is so
Fucking
dysfunctional
Patriots
as
win.
possible. Like, that tells you something about who he is. So, you know, he can be butthurt about
I'm just
that.
running some
Everybody would be butthurt
I'm just running
about
some
that,
TikTok streams.
like, his chief of staff is a Tikva Fund fellow. His wife is probably some SoCal educated West Indian second-gen immigrant who's super liberal. He was a never Trumper who voted for Evan McMullin. We don't know where he came from. He's tight with Peter Thiel. And people go, oh, I think I really like what Vance has been saying. I mean, that would be like watching an advertisement for, McDonald's. Or you go to a restaurant, it says, we have America's number one cup of coffee. It's like that scene in Elf when Will Ferrell goes and they say, we have the world's best coffee. This is the best coffee. It's like you can't just, that's marketing. It's advertising.
This
You know
is
what
Nick
Vance
Quintez,
says? It's like a
episode
commercial. It's like a McDonald's
1599.
commercial. Of course, they're going to show you the sizzling beef on the fryer. Of course, they're going to show you the melted cheese and the perfect bun with the right amount of sesame seeds. Of course, they're going to show, they literally paint the burger to make it look more appetizing. That's what that is. And you people eat it up like that's not what it is. Vance is saying things. Who cares what he says? Trump said a lot of base things. Look at what happened. Trump said mass deportations. How's that going? Trump said no new wars. How's that going? Yeah, they say a lot of things, and you think Vance would be better?
I feel like the
What
only
would give you
way
that
MAGA
impression?
is dead is
Why?
because Nick says
Why
so.
would Vance be better?
And I'm not buying all that
So
shit.
no, you can't be doing that.
Algernon Sydney sent $20. Thoughts on the new Ken Burns? Released last night. Seems optimally timed. On board for infiltration, but a broader movement is happening and national identity is important. 10/10 recommended.
MAGA
What is Roy
works
for reading?
pretty
I don't
goddamn
know.
well, if you ask me.
I didn't see that.
Patriots show up at
Jordan
Portland,
Roy percent $20. I was baptized this weekend. Thank you for
and
all you do.
we're
Christ is king.
doing well.
Congrats. Love to hear it.
$111. Simple odds percent. There's real pictures of
We
top
always
setting
been
me.
showing up.
That's
I've been
fake.
showing up
Probably
last 5
zero.
weeks.
But thank you for the big super chat. I'm sure that's fake.
Arian Grow I percent $100. Instead of 2XL, could you just do an XL doll? Still excludes the fats while helping out the dolls. Anyway,
Okay.
still bought the XL, so if they don't fit, I'll.
Thank
Grow
you.
Hyper Fitness sent $50. Will the protests in Mexico be used as an excuse to crack down on the Grow Wipers? Will it impact the AF movement at all?
That makes no sense.
Amanda Koopa sent $81. Love the show. I've been watching for a few months. I name dropped you in a song that came out today, so check it out if you're bored later. Raccoons keep dreaming. Now just floating.
Is it a good song? Yeah,
Where does-
maybe I'll check that out.
Thomas Cruz sent $50. Tucked flannel into the khakis with no belt was kind of wild. NGL.
Okay.
Wang Roip sent $25. Nick, I want a shirt, but I'm really dull. I don't care about the Rapist Hitler sent $25. Shapiro finally started saying glaze instead of gloss on his show after you corrected him. Bro is definitely tapped in.
Well, what's crazy is that now we know that he just didn't know the lingo. Because he kept saying that. He was going around for weeks saying, Tucker Carlson is glossing Nazis. He's glossing. And people were saying, what the fuck are you saying? What are you talking about? He's glossing Nazis. It's like, what are you talking about? Glossing? And so at first I thought maybe I don't know what he means, but then I realized, no, he means glazing. But he's so out of touch. He should have just kept saying glossing, honestly, because now that he said glaze, now it just proved that he was getting it wrong for 3 weeks, saying gloss when he meant glaze because he's an out-of-touch boomer. Which just goes to show, like, why do you think you have any right to talk about anything? You don't even know what you're talking about. You are so out of touch. You should just kept saying glossing forever. Because then at the minimum, people just would have been confused. Now we know you're just unk. Saying gloss instead of glaze. Sheesh. So yeah, that was rough.
Herman Heimwe sent $25. You saved my life, Nick. I was an intent porn addict, but thanks to you I got on the right path. I now dedicate my life to God. I also became a eunuch. Yes, I had myself castrated.
Anyways, guys, I've been testing out my stream.
Obsessed that it ruined everything else.
Is that
Dead
real?
Smiles Groy percent $20. A boy.
But I've been testing out my stream, and it's pretty wild. I'll get this right here in a little bit. A little testing. Appreciate all your support, all your views. Everything's gonna be all right. I'm getting some more equipment. I got a microphone on the way. I do need to get some headphones. I think I could probably use these ones. Oh my god. Dude, here he goes. Do a little outro here. I haven't got everything figured out yet, but I will, dude. When next time you see me here, it's gonna be good.
Yeah. Oh, so I heard the John Doyle show. Well, he's only been sucking off Glenn Beck for 5 years. It's about time. I actually congratulate him. It's finally paid off. Because that would really suck if this guy was on his hands and knees getting calluses and rug burn. And I mean, I can't imagine the psychological effects
I could take a hint.
of glazing and blowing Glenn Beck for 5 years. And this whole time, they never gave him a show.
That was just
They said the best we could do is you can appear on other shows 3 times a week or 3 times a month. So I'm actually happy for him. Good for him. It's about time. Look, he sucked the right people off, and now he finally got his show. Like, good for him. It's sort of like when you put a quarter in a gumball machine, you crank the machine, and then you get a gumball. Like, I'm glad that he got what he paid for. I'm glad that he got what he paid for in terms of his dignity, his integrity, his independence as a man. I'm glad. Now that he's working for Glenn Beck, well, this is how you know you've made it. When you're working at the Blaze for Glenn Beck, dude, just tell everybody, tell all the kids that. They're going to be like, whoa, John Doyle is at the Blaze TV. He's making big moves. This is serious stuff. All the kids are watching Lomez and Rufo and the Doyle show. Oh, man, and Glenn Beck, they're eating it up. They're all crying about how much they love Israel.
I need to get headphones.
No, but really.
Plug into
honestly, though, I do congratulate him because that is unironically what he did. When we were friends, Doyle told me that he literally had to lie through his teeth to the CEO of Blaze years ago when they brought him on and basically said, oh, of course I love Israel. That's the difference. The reason that nerd has an institutional show at Blaze, and the reason that I don't is because on some level he is willing to go into the room. He's willing to go on the casting couch and say, of course I support Israel, of course I love Israel. And I think eventually just started believing it. He said it so much. So, you know, good for him. Now he gets to be their version of me. He gets to be the cargo cult version of me to get all the goyim back on the plantation, John Doyle. So I hope it goes well for him. I hope it's worth the money.
JRB sent $50. Hey Nick, my friend always gives me shit for liking Wham. Thanks for calling him gay last Friday and defending musical talent.
This isn't my community, but it's a community.
Well, look,
We got one frog sitting out there at ice, and it's freaking 10 o'clock.
Years and agree W on 90% of issues.
Wow.
So since Trump's a shill, do you think Kamala would have been better? If Vance isn't the answer, is Newsom or Pritzker better for 28? Do you think MTG or Massey be an upgrade over Trump?
I love ice, and I love the Patriots.
You stop
And,
watching
uh,
my show. Go watch something else.
Look
You're
what we did.
literally
Look
too
what we did.
stupid.
Bound to keep homing back with
How do you watch this show night after night and the question is, but wouldn't Kamala have been worse?
Honestly, Mountain, would you
Like,
like
I
to
just
recap,
how much
just what's
how
going on
much
here?
more can
And
we
particularly,
explain
like,
it?
tonight or
That
in general?
mindset is how they keep us
Anything else
controlled. We are at war with Iran, but people think we won. That's the problem.
I don't know what that means.
There are no mass deportations. We are at war in the Middle East. We are at war in Ukraine,
So, yeah,
but
why
Trump
don't
has
I
you
turned
explain
up.
why
legitimized it.
everyone has
I'll
this
fix
You
the chat
understand?
next time, guys.
I'm patriotic.
Next
But,
time I'll
you know,
fix the
for you,
chat.
you just
And I
can't
like Law
think
and Order
on
so much
those
that they went into
levels
the
like
field,
that. For you, it's like, oh, well, the economy's
to
better.
investigate and to study and to advocate.
Okay, but
Hey, it's been
structurally,
a while.
it's the same.
Let him have his
The debt is
memories.
$38 trillion. The deficit is $2 trillion. The government is insolvent. Do you think that Trump's economy being a little better really changes anything? It doesn't. It doesn't change anything at all. And Trump is giving weapons to Ukraine. Yeah, he tried to win Russia over. It didn't work. Trump bombed Iran. Trump banned anti-Semites from coming into America. And people say, but Kamala would have been worse. Here's the difference. If Kamala won, half the country would not accept the results of the election. Half the country would believe the government is illegitimate. As the economy faltered and the wars got worse, people would turn on the government. Her approval rating would be like 25%. And that might have propelled actual change. What Trump does, even though it's slightly better, is he releases the pressure. He re-legitimizes the government, re-legitimizes the institutions, and all that does is it buys them more maneuverability and more time and more power. It makes our job harder, which is we're trying to turn over the table. So this is something that actually re-entrenches the system. This empowers the status quo.
A purposeful like commercial.
So,
Just a video for product.
you know, but how many times can we explain that? If you don't get that, seriously, watch another show. I'm not joking. If you can't understand that, I have no regrets about this. Go watch Steven Crowder, and they will tell you vote red, hate blue for the rest of your life while you are being replaced, while you are being enslaved by debt, while we are fighting and dying to build Israel while our country collapses. You will keep voting and working and paying your taxes until you are dead while you are replaced and your birthright is stolen from you. Okay? So go watch Crowder and they'll give you the talking points from the GOP, courtesy of fucking BlackRock, Blackstone, Palantir, and the Israel lobby. Honestly, I have no time for that anymore. Would Kamala actually have been better? What does that even mean? How is this fucking better? Is this better? Why? Because Trump cut the corporate tax rate? How is this better? Do you see Trump deporting millions of illegals? I don't see that. You know, it's marginally better. Is that what it's all for? To be marginally better than the Democrats?
Oh, ran away.
It was pretty tense.
Sorry.
You're such a goy. It's not even funny. This is why you deserve to be ruled. I've said it over and over again. It's like with the Vance question, but Vance says good stuff. But Trump, you know, it seems slightly better than Kamala. Okay, man.
I was like fully developed at age 11.
That's how this whole thing works. It's convincing you that there is a choice, that you have a choice.
So for the longest time, I was like bigger
You know,
than everybody.
you don't have it. There is no
And
real
then I was
choice
just forever
at all.
shorter and smaller.
You know?
This is my
Look at this big, beautiful bill. Was that a choice? Look at the government shutdown. Was that a choice? No. It's all BS. Nothing has ever, in 10 years, all this fighting, think about it, 10 years, Trump wins, Biden wins, Trump wins again, Republicans win and lose the House a dozen times. And what has really changed?
Yeah, there were a lot of
Nothing. Free trade is still the law. We're at war with Russia. We have millions more illegals than when we started. And if anything, the Republican Party is getting less radical, not more radical.
Yeah, I only just
So that's just a wrong mentality.
Groiper Mom sent $25. Nick, I'm a 45-year-old mom of two and a new Groiper, but I've noticed when I watch the show I can't help but gaze into your loving eyes and imagine swinging you around the room by your head after we make sweet love.
Okay, that's just
Fuentes
gross.
Forever sent $20. Someone at work asked me if I'd heard of you. I pretended I
Someone
didn't.
just
I
paid
coyly
him to
replied,
say that.
Fuentes, sounds like a bullfighter. Turns out, there was a Mexican bullfighter named Nico Fuentes who died after being gored by a mechanical bull that went haywire at a Hooters in Tijuana last year. He was only 27. Where or what? Cody Wood sent $20. Jews versus Rome. What a
Yeah,
joke.
we'll
Barry
smoke
Strauss is a
this
cunt who
boy.
probably got vaccinated. And who exactly is BB referring to when he says they have to win the second time?
Not a
We all know
favorite.
it's Christianity he speaks of. Anyways, enjoy a
Yo,
slice of
bro,
cheese
when I
pizza on
leave,
me. Sabian sent $20. Oh, sounds like somebody's.
gotta have some
James
smoke.
Anderson sent $25. I used to watch Charlie Kirk show, but TP won't talk about Israel anymore, and I thought they were willing to discuss any topic. For example, when Charlie debated Ben Shapiro and said Israel is ethnically cleansing Gaza. Why don't they talk about Israel anymore? Is Erica Kirkin on something?
They
R.I.P. Charlie.
didn't. Oh my gosh. When did they ever debate Israel? Charlie Kirk did not debate Ben Shapiro. Charlie Kirk laundered Ben Shapiro's talking points on his show. There's a big difference. Do you want to know why that's different? Because Charlie Kirk did not push back on a single thing Ben Shapiro said. When Israel bombed Qatar, which is a big problem, Charlie Kirk brought on Shapiro to explain why it was awesome. And all Charlie Kirk did was play devil's advocate and say, so what would you say to someone that said this? What about this? What about that? And he just let Shapiro give his Hasbara talking points. How many times did Charlie Kirk talk about Israel from, let's say, June until September? Like twice?
Don't have anything better to do with their time.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, you people have no idea what you're talking about. The idea that Turning Point was this free speech zone for Israel, it just isn't true. At all. There was no debate. That's just not, it didn't happen.
Fraud. Virgo sent $25. If astrology isn't real, then why is every man born between January and December evil? Praetorian Goyd sent $100. Tucker is shilling a new grass-fed beef tallow-fried potato chip, but after hearing there aren't any grass-fed beef tallow-fried corn chips in his garage, how can I trust him?
Thanks for the big super chat. Yeah, it's weird he didn't have any masa chips for us. I would have liked to try one. Apparently they're life-changing. I would have loved to try one. But yeah, no masa chips. I wonder if he even really eats them. I wonder if he even really eats them.
9 sent $20. Hey Nick, you keep saying that you plan on getting married in the future. Are you talking about a legal marriage with the federal government or just a monogamous commitment within a Catholic framework?
Why is that any of your business? Like, why do you even care? This is a talk show about politics. So, Nick, about your future marriage.
That's how they were. Yeah.
Why do you even care?
He sent $100. Nick, just wanted to say congratulations on all your success. I'm so happy to see that it offers hope that real people can break through the conservative BS machine. Watching all of the shills cry, kick and scream trying to stop you is just so glorious.
Just for the record, here's
Thank you for the big super chat, Carlin B. We love Carlin B. I appreciate you. I know. Yeah, it's been pretty delish, huh?
Rising Ashes 1945 says $75. Episode 1599. Pretty impressive how far this show has gone for a good center after each episode. Here's to another 1,500.
All right. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that.
On YouTube sent $23. In Mexico, a group of patriotic Hooligans put some graffiti on the palace wall that reads Year, which translates to Jewish horror. Kind of crazy how fast the West is waking up to their manipulation, even to the point of revolt. I thank you for all your work, Nick. Big fan.
Is Mexico part of the West now? What are you talking about?
Yeah, that one was funny.
Sorry, what about Mexico is Western? What are you talking about?
gateway to coding.
That's just totally insane.
Lane Roy present $20. Trump is still gay even knows America first is inevitable.
Very true.
Chef Mark sent $75. 3 months sober from alcohol and pot. Attended my first mass in 15 years yesterday. I was never baptized and respected the service. There is only one church on the Reverend Mass side in my county. I have been to others in the area not knowing there was a difference. Just bought a new suit and plan to go back. But what do you look for in a good church?
It's just a cat.
Oh, Tracy, I'm just on one of my other backups. I have quite a few, so I try to bounce around.
It's so hard not to crash out,
So I'm just on
man.
one of my backups. I try to link to it.
there it is.
We're not Protestants. We don't. What do you mean? What do you look for in a good church? We're not. We're not fucking Baptists. Where it's like, I like what these people say. You're there for the Eucharist. Look, go to one you. I don't know. Go to one that you like. What are you looking for exactly? What exactly are you looking for other than your Sunday commitment? Are you looking for someone to pat you on the ass and say you have all the right politics? Are you looking for Are you looking for a sermon about the fucking Israel lobby? Is that what you're looking for?
Raven, you as well, friend.
I mean, seriously. What are you looking for other than your Sunday obligation where you receive the sacraments? Because anyone that does that is good. It's fine.
Do as much as they can. Like, do you think that that's what's
Okay?
on the driveway? And keep looking at everyone.
What do you want me to fly out there and
Or, you
hold
know,
your
they're
hand
just
and
like,
help you
well, I'm
look?
going to jail
I gave you the
anyway. I might as well
website.
shoot this person too.
You know,
I'm
what do
going
you
to
want
jail
from me?
anyway. I
What
might
more
as
do you
well
want
just
from
do
me
this,
here?
break this law. Like,
Want me to go
Does he
with you
have
and
to
I'll do the thinking
Like, think
for you
about it.
too?
If
Outlaws
you were
Girardi sent
them,
$40.
and
Please
you
hear me
knew you were
out.
gonna go
It's
to
extremely
jail,
important for
wouldn't you
believers
just
to
do
read the
whatever
Bible
you
because,
wanted?
as 2 Timothy 3:14 to
You're
17
going
states,
anyway.
it's profitable not only for being wise unto salvation but also growing one's ability for good works. Moreover, Psalm
think they
119,
definitely
105 says the
enjoy
word
it. I
guides
mean,
our
they
path.
wouldn't be here if
Lastly,
they
we
didn't
discern the word
enjoy
with the
it,
Spirit.
right?
John 14:26.
Yeah, and look at
Yeah, I
what
mean, if I
good
was a
that
piece
is
of
doing
shit
all the
that took a
Protestants
job like this and knew I was
that
gonna
want
go to jail,
transgender marriages
like,
and
just do
drag
what you
queen
want,
story hour
right?
inside the church. There's something you're missing,
Yeah, see, that guy knows what I'm
which
talking
is
about.
the shepherd. That's what you're missing. What you're missing is that there actually has to be some authority over the interpretation and the dogma and the doctrine.
Oh, they just
Because what
started
words are you
doing their
talking
regular
about? There's
thing,
73
shooting pepper
books in
balls
one
and
Bible,
somebody
66 in
standing on the
another.
side of the
And there's
sidewalk,
apocrypha.
side
And
of the
there's all
driveway.
sorts of interpretations. The
Because they
Bible is a
can.
long and complex
Yeah,
book.
we're
So
trying to talk about
clearly,
I mean,
clearly the
they can
words
listen.
on the
Not right now,
pages by themselves,
but it
they're
kinda
actually not
echoes.
enough.
Tent is backed up for a reason.
And that's why you
Yeah.
need the church. Christ left us a
Good.
church, not a Bible.
Why does it happen? Ugh.
The Bible
God,
does
it
not
felt
come
so
together
bad.
in the canon until
It's happened to a
centuries after Christ
Lived,
lived, died, lived
I don't know
again.
how they live with themselves. That's why, you know, like that post that I
What
put
Christ
out
left us in the book of Acts is the
Border
first
Patrol
church.
that
12
died.
disciples and then hundreds more.
Up your nostrils.
I guess I
That's
need to
the
be careful
church.
with those words. Huh?
That's what Christ left us.
But that
I'm just
OD'd,
peeking around.
So,
like,
you know, and look, what I
When he
said,
was in
it's
with the
so,
cop,
people are so
and
ridiculous.
he
When I
was
said
just,
on
like,
Friday,
crying about his parents being,
somebody goes,
him being doxxed
you
and
know,
people
should we
showing
be
up
able
at
to
his
read the
parents'
Bible
house
or
and stuff
whatever?
like
And I
that,
said,
like,
no. First of all, I'm obviously being hyperbolic. Then you get every
super
obtuse,
Oh,
ridiculous person.
Cam Tifa?
Can you help me understand why we shouldn't?
Pam, she's awesome.
But it's meant to illustrate a point,
Yeah,
which
when
is
he was
that
in there and he
if
was
you
just like,
attend
dude,
the
you know what
Catholic
that's like
Mass,
when I'm
I
just
believe
trying
it's
to do my job or whatever.
in the course of 2 years, you will hear the
feel
entire,
need
it's either
as an
2 or
adult
3
to
years.
live
If you attend Mass every Sunday, you will hear the entire Bible.
It makes
I think it's in 2 years or 3 years.
Like,
Do you feel that need? Like,
But the
it's
difference
natural
is,
and feel bad
you
when
hear
hear
it
somebody
in a
say
setting
something
where
like
you're also getting instruction on it. You're not you're getting the reading in the week to digest, but you're also getting some reflection on it. You're also getting some insight on it from a priest.
My parents disappoint me.
And
every
all
day as
Catholics
well.
are
So,
being
we
they're
are
getting
with
catechism as well.
this competition.
Whereas any random person, you know, they could pick up the Bible, and that's why you get all kinds of different interpretations. You get people
But,
that
like, it
say
makes
Jesus
sense
is the Son of God, but not
feel
God.
bad. Like, that's natural.
Or you get people
It shows that
debating
you've got humanity.
about faith and works.
Yeah,
You get
I
people
was gonna say,
debating
we're
about,
gonna
you know,
sneak them in
whether you
one
only
day.
have to
I think
profess
that's
the
what
faith,
These
or whether you have to
They
demonstrate
separate
charity,
them.
which is a fruit of the Spirit.
They don't act like
And
it.
there's
They
all
act like
kinds of
animals.
doctrinal disputes,
They're
but
human.
the point of the
And, like,
matter
one of the
is,
things that
it's a
they do
question
with
of
them,
whether
even
we're
with them
a
in their
people of the
training,
book or whether we're a people
is
of a
dehumanizing
church.
us.
Here, hold on. Let me
Because
screen-
That's
let me
the
look
difference.
back. Oh, I need to
I was
clean your
watching
little
this
screen
thing.
up again.
So,
Evan
The
Vidal
other
sent
day.
$50. Hey Nick, has anyone really been far even has decided to use even but want to do look more like? Thoughts? God bless. G36 Bubba sent $30. Standard time is not America first. Daylight savings time needs to be standard time. Single issue voter status almost. Matt from Maine sent $60. Thank you for everything you do. How was your Maine visit outside of the interview? Janet Mills, our governor is involved in a Chinese mafia drug op or something. It sucks to live here sometimes, but so is everywhere else, so get bench of hero. I'm staying. Triumphant face emoji.
I know
it was nice. I liked it. It was very beautiful.
different values and things like that.
But I have to, look, I got to be honest. New England is very beautiful. I love it. I love Massachusetts. I love New Hampshire. I love Maine. I love the natural beauty and the cities they're kind of interesting, but there's kind of like a weird, like, haunting energy about New England. You know what I mean? And I don't know if that's like a internalized cultural thing, like because of the Salem witch trials or something, but whenever I go to New England, there's like a dark, there's kind of like an evil energy there. Am I the only one that feels this way? Because don't get me wrong, it's very Americana, and I love
Just know
the
that it's
feeling
their
there. It's
fault.
like I love the leaf peeping season is when I was there. I love seeing the leaves turn, the colonial infrastructure, but it has this very like ominous, like
Yeah,
dark
About how
energy.
our cops are trained by.
It's sort of like gothic
different days you've got to accommodate,
in a
which
way.
is
It's kind of
disgusting, but
goth.
true.
you know, your spouse, your family, your kids, whatever.
And I don't
Just
know
so
how I
nice.
feel
They're
about
trained
that.
in
I get like an
crowd, right?
unsettling
for
feeling, and I
us.
get homesick very quickly there. I get some places I don't get homesick at all,
Coming out again.
and some places I feel it very strongly, and New England is one of those places I go there and I immediately feel out of place
All right, this will be our last.
in a way that I don't in like Florida or California or even Tennessee for that matter, Wisconsin,
It's like
Virginia.
all debating on whether or not he can shoot the person.
But yeah, I feel like a fish out of water there. It's a very strange place.
I'm thinking
I
he's
mean,
got
I'm clenched up.
Feels like Pilgrim
I
Town.
can't risk it. I can't
But
risk these guys.
but it was very
Yep,
beautiful. I
he was
liked
just
it. I
itching.
liked my time there. But I didn't really get. I was in and out. I was there for like a day, so I really didn't get to see a whole lot. I jumped in the car, drove out to the studio, drove back to the hotel. I walked around a little bit in the town by where Tucker is, and that was kind of cool, but
That it's not.
didn't really get to spend a ton of time sightseeing.
Roman Broyp sent $20. Did you see that Netanyahu is reading the Jews Against Our Own book?
Yeah, I've only heard about it 6 million
North Carolina
times.
Broyp sent $20.
Thanks.
Good evening. First of all, God bless you and your family. Praying for you as a fellow Christian. America first as always. Got my dad to completely flip on Israel a couple weeks ago, and I've never been more
Great.
proud of myself. All Gen X
Great.
must know this. Billions must call into Mark Levin's Disaster Podcast and
Love to
Why
hear
More
it.
Palestine sent $250. Sending support your way. Standing by you always, brother. God bless.
Thank you for the big super chat. I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you very much.
Ian sent $30.
kept
Love seeing
that
you stand up for Andrew and Rachel Wilson.
The
They
bus
truly
was
are great people, and
turning
those attacks were out of
into a
context
driveway.
clips. You both share a lot of the same younger audience. Would be happy to see more unification on the right as the tide's changing. Brillin Holifeg called you out today. Are you threatened by him at all? Lala Lolo.
Rylan Hollyhand. Well, he's trying. He's trying. It's kind of hard for me to be mad because he's like a little kid. He's like some 18-year-old ridiculous kid, and he's going at me like 4 or 5 times today, and it's hard not to just laugh.
You guys are embarrassing.
You know, it's like, what, I'm going to be in a feud with like some teenager? So I just kind of find it amusing and funny.
What?
But he'll
These
grow
guys have
up.
a fucking power
I'm not going to
trip.
go hard on him because he's a kid, you know. If he became, maybe if anyone took him seriously, I'd have more of a problem with it. But now I just see him as like a little kid.
warning?
And,
God. See, that was
you know, so we'll see what happens with him. But it's kind of funny. It's funny seeing him like redo the old playbook. It's like, you're 18 years old. Where do you get off with this shit? You know? But yeah, so I don't know. I don't find myself enraged about it. I just think it's kind of amusing.
And
Those
Donald King
motherfuckers
sent $30.
down there just
Started watching
looking
after
for
Charlie
some
Kirk.
pepper.
Loving the show.
Did he say
First super
final
chat.
warning by any
26 years.
chance?
Doe. My bad if this is a dumb question, but do you think it would be beneficial registered Republicans switch to registered independents? Do you think that would send a bigger message where there's no difference?
It doesn't. That's just
Lil Baltic sent
nonsense.
$25. You expect there to be pressure on Trump to revise his statement and condemn you and Tucker? I fully anticipate that we will be force-fed the Trumpercast on X this week.
He might. Yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion that he might put something else out there.
Oh, that's awesome.
You know, because you gotta know he's getting a ton of phone
excited
calls.
for you.
Mr.
That's
President,
awesome.
you gotta say something else. You gotta
glad you get
condemn.
to.
So I would not be surprised if there's some Truth Social post, but there's no takesies backsies. You can't take that back, actually. It's out there and it's staying out there.
Oh, and Curtis.
And he
they
might
just,
revise it,
shot
but
pepper balls
he can't
out
put
at
that back in the bottle.
Thank you.
So we're
standing
taking it.
too
We're
close
running
to the
with it.
driveway
Yeah,
for them,
I took what he said. I'm just hanging on to that.
Pinnock sent $100 for the last 3 shows on weeknights with primetime football, including tonight's MNF. The notification that your live has appeared minutes after the conclusion of each game. A fan allegedly spotted you at a preseason Bears game this year. Interesting. Very interesting.
Thank you for the big super chat. Yeah. That's true. I was at a football game, but I was there with a friend of mine. And normally I don't do that shit, but I had a sports ball enjoyer friend.
I have no idea.
You think I'm watching football?
no
That's
idea.
that's the newest conspiracy theory. That's the least likely one I've ever heard.
It's just a
Tear
block
gas
away.
Secret football. Like I finish the show, take the suit off, put on my football jersey. Ah, finally, I could be myself. Put on a football jersey. And get throw some taquitos in the oven and some nachos. Oh, finally. Go Bears! Oh, touchdown! Gotta keep it down. You never know who's listening.
I know. There's such enough time to
That's a good one. Now that's funny.
Woogly Woogly sent $20. Crystal / Kyle, handshake emoji. Ben Shapiro organized jury. What are you, some sort of neo-Nazi?
Yeah, they're idiots. Who
Francesco sent
cares?
$200. Vindicated on Joe Cat. When you said we have to assign a penalty to Republicans who will disavow and still expect your vote. Between each sources saying administration officials are afraid to criticize Fuentes. Trump get the word out. 30 to 40% grow-ibers in the admin. The American people are now able to demand more without being pissed off. The credit for that belongs solely to you. So God bless you.
Thank you for the big super chat. Look, that's the playbook. I've been running that playbook for a long time. But thank you.
Cheeser sent $35. First things first, I eat good rings. Thanks for keeping it 6-7 game.
Bruh, dude, that was so bad. I still feel bad for Charlie.
Randy Watson sent $25. Who has been your toughest debate to date? If you had your pick, who do you want to debate the most now? Thoughts on the Mexico situation? If you didn't cover it on the show, USMC vet. Gen X pattern recognizer. Love the show and thanks for the education. America first.
Love when it's just a million questions in one minimum super chat. Toughest debate? I don't know, man. They were all easy because I'm a genius. If I had my pick, who? Ben Shapiro. Thoughts on Mexico? What? The revolt on Scheinbaum? I don't know. I don't follow Mexican
Bristol
politics.
sent $20. The first two people to have over 50% betting odds of challenging Vance and running for the Republican nomination emerged this week, and they are Marjorie Taylor Greene and Ted Cruz. That'll be a fun rivalry.
Oh, I can't do 28's going to be insane.
Mailman P sent
Get
$25.
ready. We're going to run the fucking election in 28.
Mailman P sent $25. It's a hoax. A Democratic W's Lee. Investigate everyone excluding the involving Epstein and tack Israel blackmail onto that motion. Hashtag me not hash MAGA. Donald J. Trump. 20K emails. Trump's name comes up 1,500 XY or Epstein's emails regarded differently compared to Hillary's emails.
Shut
Did Trump not
up.
give Epstein
Why
a
is
link?
this is such an Yeah, thanks for just restating everything on the show.
Yes,
Really?
Wednesday night, City Hall. I'm gonna make
Yes,
a post about that.
that's everything I just talked about on the
Oh.
show.
Frank Shit No Lame Shit sent $25. $7,000 Club and World Jewish Congress. 600 delegates from 100 countries unanimously agree it's anti-Semitic to say Jews are organized and orchestrate coordinated institutional attacks on PPL, putting their home country first. Zero self-awareness. It's
I know, that's exactly what I said during the same show we all just watched. Thank you for saying it again.
Nutella
We
Fella sent
needed that.
$24. You did it. Got in chat donations churning and I see you on the front page of Rumble now. Won't have to deal with the parasocial super chatters much longer low.
Very interesting.
Mailman P sent $20. Bet Trump would blow an African American for extra spray tan. Centurion Grover sent $100. What are your thoughts on the possibility that the Trump administration denies the release of selected files on the basis that they're now part of an active investigation following Trump's directive this
Yeah, that's obviously going to happen. Thank you.
0R3 and sent $20. What are you looking forward to eating the most this Thanksgiving?
Finally, a good question. Stuffing,
For me,
mashed potatoes. Those are probably my two favorites.
and then maybe
Luckily, it's
My mom does the spread every year. She does a great job. The turkey's always moist. We have the stuffing, mashed
Moist.
potatoes with gravy, peas.
Thank you for the reminder.
what else does she make?
Moist.
Wednesday night.
Are you okay? They seem, yeah, she said she's fine. They got you in some tender areas though.
Oh wait, no, I've got it in my pocket actually.
Again, I was like, I'm not really gonna gear up the day you keep it. I know. Well, it's not like we can really
We're gonna be
Biscuits.
talking about ice in City Hall.
Well,
We got the
Fuck outta
cranberry
here.
stuff also. What do you call that? I guess it's just
Audrey went to
cranberries.
Newport.
It
It was
I
one
think
of the
corn,
many
too. It's
that
either
spoke
peas or
there
corn.
About the ice facility they wanted to bring in there.
And then pie with
And it
ice
was
cream.
denied. They-
My favorite is I love the mashed potatoes. I love mashed potatoes.
So I guess
And I
Wednesday at City Hall.
love
I haven't
the
even looked into
stuffing.
it yet. I just know we're all going
To me, that's the best part. And what I'm really looking forward to is the
over there.
leftovers. Everybody knows that's the meta.
Yeah.
Is there anything better?
I'm like, I'm so
So-
glad I
And that's an example of assimilation, by the way.
trying to get my gas mask on.
That's an example of assimilation. I know a lot of Italians that on Thanksgiving they have like Italian food.
Yeah.
My family, we have the Pilgrim Thanksgiving and everything. We got the straight up turkey and stuffing, no greaseball shit.
Yeah, so
So,
I don't have burning on the eyes.
yes, I'm very excited.
That's
That's like next week, right? Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be good.
But
Tiny
then
Don Perry sent $20. All the YouTube pundits slam me for saying world Jewry. They act like it's the ramblings of a crazy person. I saw, in the last few days, 2 videos of different prominent NYC rabbis talking about
I
it,
know.
saying specifically world Jewry. And they were literal rabbis. It's not just Zionist.
I know, yeah. Look, these people are just,
I would love
I
that.
was thinking about that.
they
or
still
put,
don't
like,
get it.
vest or something,
They won't let
or-
go of their liberal priors. And they just fundamentally don't understand the issue. They're still very far away from getting it, but that's okay. I will teach
Dominican
them.
Roy percent $20. I'm forming
Yeah,
a
you
team.
have a good
The Good
night,
Boys.
too.
Brandon Tatum, Eric
good to
Adams,
see ya.
Leo Terrell, Reverend Jordan Wells. Where are these goons coming from?
By those pellets.
Yeah.
the
Non-Roy
purple-
but Roy
Let me
percent
find one
$25.
to
I
show
landed
you.
prestigious legal internship by
Can I
disavowing
see
Roy
one of the
ideology in the interview.
Based.
Appeal to normies.
Based.
Never flippantly reveal your
Based.
true beliefs. This is what covertly invading institutions looks like.
Yep.
Glad to see you're rebooting the AF Foundation,
Sometimes
Nick.
they're white.
Parallel institutions are
The
important
white
for when the
ones
game
are
resets.
white.
Why
Yes,
doesn't
it
that
is.
work?
You're so right about
Dragon
that.
Ball
And
Z.
It's true.
Don't usually
Lied
have
about.
They
looks up when I'm doing lives, but hello.
Tell them
More
to
lives
disavow
out
the
here.
boys. I love that.
Dylan Kissinger sent $20. Not to be cheesy, but you're a modern day
I can
Hitler.
even
You
hear.
only care about America and you speak for the
Nope.
majority. I am the American people in the flesh anyways. Love, stay
They're
safe. You
all
have many
the same.
followers in the army like myself.
So that's
God
fine.
bless.
Just cool.
Andrew Flag sent $100. My 12-years-old was captivated by your talk a couple nights ago and asked if we could send a donation. Your words are moving the right people. We also sent a donation to your foundation tonight. We employ many young impressionable men who recommended I listen to your content.
See it all
We will continue to
pretty
support your foundation. That organized peace will be the path
I
forward.
know. I
That's
guess.
very touching. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I gotta watch my language. I feel bad. When I know that families are watching, I feel bad because I'm not family friendly, okay?
Literally shooting it.
Yeah.
I'm an eccentric. I'm a real human being.
Or like Benny getting hit
And
in the eye without one.
I'm not family friendly, so I feel bad when it's kids and women watching the show because I'm a freak and my language is so bad. But that's very touching, and I really appreciate the big super chat. Our youngest supporters, we appreciate you. Listen to your mother and father. Stay in school. Stay away from drugs and alcohol. Okay. And remember, follow your parents, follow God. That's my corny advice from. I guess I'm Unc now.
Nick
I guess I'm an old
Fuentes.
fart. I'm an old fart like
All
your
right,
dad.
buddy.
I'm an old man
You're-
now. But
Yeah, you're not
no, but
old, dude.
that's very touching. I really appreciate that. And that's what it's all about. You know, it's about the future. It's about the kids. Because the kids are the future.
Which isn't much.
So it's about making sure they grow up in a world,
It's
in
really
a country
mellow. Super
where
mellow. I walked
the
around
people
5 or
that
6
rule
days
do
ago.
not hate us and are not actively
But we're outside of
taking
that,
away what's
so
ours, what we have a right to,
No riots.
taking away our neighborhoods, our quality of life, our culture.
That's really nice. I'm enjoying the heck out of that.
It's a multi-generational movement. We love the old people, we love the young people, the middle-aged people.
Yeah, so it's basically just
That's what it's all about. So I love to hear it, man.
right?
I'm glad to hear it. Thank you so much, and I appreciate all the support.
Squirrel Girl sent $21. Long haul small animal transporter Vita. I put you on the loudspeaker in the car and the critters go wild with joy. I made a Tiny America first hat for my prairie dog. Come visit the critter fans next time you're in your town.
Yeah, actually, we
I
have
might.
some.
Let me know. I love animals. I would love that. I love animals. I had my pet bunny.
So I mean, we of course should
And the
keep
problem is I
calling
love animals, but I'm really just not a responsible.
different interaction.
I'm not a
love
responsible
Kaya.
pet owner. I can barely take care of myself. I'm like Dewey
I
from
don't know,
School
maybe
of Rock.
like having somebody up.
measure the space.
You know, that's how I feel.
Something. I never know.
So I can
Usually
barely
it's, like,
take
the
care of
more
myself. I
interaction
can't
or
take care of a parakeet or a
Yeah,
monkey
or
or
like if
so
you're in
I
a
love
live or something
animals,
like
but
that,
that's my
somebody else
curse.
has
I'm
somebody,
not
people that
consistent
follow you
enough
maybe.
to really
This is just for some
be a good fur.
You can't stop an
fur
ideology
dad.
by bullying
Is that what it's
people
called
off an
for a pet?
intersection or a block.
I wasn't a good
space
father
at
for
a
my
random
bunny.
site.
I wasn't there for him. I'm
you.
sorry, Edward. I
love
wasn't
so much
there
over
for
here.
him.
Not to my knowledge.
Yeah,
I
one
was
of the things
young.
that people were telling me, so I try to do it.
Yeah,
in other
poor
people's
Edward.
chats is like they were like,
I
yeah,
mean,
and if
look,
you already
he was
reposted this, just
well
click
taken
it again
care of,
to
but I
unpost it
wasn't
and then
very
repost
consistent.
again. So I don't know if that works.
So, yeah, I would love to see the
There's a lot
animals. I
going on.
love
It'd
the
be like
animals.
share.
Real You'd sent
but,
$20. Megan Kelly loves playing both sides. I have no respect for her.
Yeah, well, she's just dishonest. Have me on your show. You know, you're going to listen to every side other than this one. Shapiro, Tucker, Candace, have me on the show.
Dystopian Capture sent $25. Do you know Pints with Aquinas / Matt Farad? His content got me out of Mormonism and into Catholicism. Would you ever go on a theological podcast like that?
Maybe, yeah.
Curtis Kirby
Depends.
sent $20. There's a way that Pence can serve 10 years as president. If Trump resigns or is removed / dies 2 years in, do you think that Trump not disavowing you could lead to this? Maybe he's in the files and is actually successfully removed from office?
Who knows? It's useless to speculate on, oh, well, what if this happened? Well, like, yeah, maybe that's the plan. That would be pretty unprecedented. Seems unlikely. But anything's possible. Like, what do you want to hear, fucktard? Do you think I have a crystal ball?
To Twitch. I know a lot
you
of
know,
people are doing YouTube.
This is why I just hate stupid people so much. There are things that are knowable, and then there are things that are unknowable.
You're calling
and
people
the things
stupid.
that are unknowable, no one knows.
You
them,
have no
okay?
idea.
So these kinds of like what ifs. What if this? Do you think this? Well, what if we could
Fucking
make it?
retard.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I guess so.
Definitely look into it because
Do you,
I definitely
like,
have some traction.
and it's the stupid person that is unable to differentiate between a smart person that can make conjectures based on evidence, and then the category of knowledge, which is falls into the domain of speculation, the things that cannot be known in advance, the things that are without precedent, and they think that smart people have some access to what is unknown.
Sniffling and sneezing.
Yeah,
Do you think that there's a grand conspiracy to remove Trump and give JD 10? I don't know. No one knows. No one knows that. It's not knowable.
Explaining the
okay?
system.
I am looking at the same information that you are. I am able to make conjectures based on patterns. If something like that happened, it would be unprecedented. It would be a conspiracy at the highest levels of government. No, if I knew it, everyone would know it, and then it would defeat the whole purpose. Okay, stupid? So no one knows that. Yeah, it's possible. Anything's possible. What if a bomb dropped on your head? What if a bomb dropped on your head right now? Like, no one knows. That's the point. Jeez.
All right, yeah, I should start playing around on there.
That's like that is the biggest tell of who is stupid and who is not, is whether you ask a question like that.
You can?
Yes, you can.
Hey, Nick, you're pretty smart. Is Vance gonna become the like? One's got nothing to do with the other. I'm not a fucking fortune teller here.
It is a Chinese.
Why did I predict we'd be going to war with Iran? They were broadcasting it for years.
No, that's
no problem. Fuck America.
Anyway.
It's because it isn't America first at all.
America First 1776 sent $20. Hey Nick and God bless. President Trump said to get the word out and the people will have to decide. We want America First. I also purchased an America First hat to replace my MAGA hat, and I will support the America First Foundation too. The Grow Appers will be at all the primaries in 2028 to demand the America First.
True.
Really,
Love
it's
to
sent
hear
$20.
it. Thank
If I say
you.
blacks are poor and violent, I'm called racist. If I say blacks are poor and violent due to systemic racism, I'm a good liberal. Jim Bob Blankford sent $25. My friend that lives in Florida told me to send this. You deserve to be heard by as many as possible. Shift the show to Rush's old spot 12P3P or 528. You will 5x to reach. Show's too damn late. Your day ones are getting older. Saluting face emoji. He's a wag with a job and wife and kids and shit, but he gets sleepy around 11 p.m. EST. Please, bro.
Hourglass suspension in the back, am I right?
Watch what. Do not say.
What else should I do? Should I put on my sunglasses? Maybe I'll just do the show from the front seat of my truck. Hey, I got an idea. Maybe I'll just start doing the show from the driver's seat side of my Ford F-150 and my sunglasses and my trucker hat with my iPhone. And I'll just
I
call it
wonder what
something
kind of
like
car he
Nick's
actually
Rant.
drives.
Would that be better too? Maybe I'll grow a goatee.
Yeah, black fan.
I forgot about this
Maybe
guy.
then that'd be good for all the boomers to watch the show.
Buses or vans.
I'll just get in the front seat of my Ford F-150, trucker hat, sunglasses, goatee, and I'll wear a t-shirt,
Oh, you have to wear
and I'll just hold my phone out and I'll say, and another thing, and you know what else?
Very long.
Mr. Trump.
Come see and enter the
Yeah.
largest pants. What do you mean?
What? Any other changes? Any other revisions I should look into? What else should I do?
P sent $35.
You tell me.
Organized Jewry is attempting the Polarity Plan on all white majority countries, trying to make us minorities through manufacturing consent for unlimited non-white immigration. Same things happening in Ireland, Sweden, Australia. Real youth sent $20. Why don't
Studio
you have a friend open LLC
shaking.
under his
What a
name selling
hot
your hats?
take.
And he should sponsor your show through ad placement showing the hats. Then you can accept.
Great
American
idea.
Reform sent
Thanks. Never thought of
$115.
that. Thank you for the
Christina
big
from New
super
York sent
chat.
$25. The girlies are missing the mustache. Right, girlies? Will you grow it back? Also, do you like The Greatest Showman? It's
Never seen
African American
it.
Destroyer, 67 cent $25. You should wear a wedding ring on stream. It's great bling and keeps the bitches away.
I would rather die,
He sent $35.
actually.
Organized Jewry is attempting the Polarity Plan on all white majority countries. Jariop sent $20. Did you see the pathetic Catholic Matt Walsh trying to out America you by saying he's American only and would save one American family over 10 million foreigners?
Yeah.
He's jumped the shark.
He did jump the shark. Just quit
African
Daily
American
Wire.
sent $25. You see James English posting the wank merch?
No, I didn't.
Henry
but
Lasting
that's
sent
cool.
$125. Hello, I'm a Jewish fan software engineer. Years ago, my Midwestern crush chose a career-less Anglo-Dramatic Midwestern guy over me. They don't have kids because they're too poor. Did she make the right choice keeping it in her tribe?
Yep. Thank you for the big super chat.
Pandemic
Love
sent
to hear it.
$25. You sir made me convert to Catholicism. I have
Great.
done a lot of research on the topic in the last month that led me to it, but I'm curious your reasons for choosing Catholicism over something like Orthodox. Thank you for your amazing work.
We only talk about that every other night. How do I red pill my dad? Catholic or Orthodox?
Responses to them, I'm actually
Subhuman Goyim sent $25. Hello. Just opened Eclipse account to help preserve your message. Thank you, and I pray for you and your
Great.
family.
Thanks.
Cheers. He
Love
sent
to hear it.
$35. Organized Jewry is attempting the Polarity Plan on all white men.
Third time.
Scandinavian Grower
We
sent
got it.
$75.
Thanks.
Respect and love from Denmark.
Thank you. We
Jude
love
February sent
Denmark. Love to hear
$25.
it.
My college roommate is acting like a fucking loser. All he does is think about drugs and women instead of getting it together and getting a job. How do I fix my day one before I have to switch up?
You can't fix
Zion
it.
Dunn sent $350. Christ is king. What sort of resources are you looking for in the America First Foundation?
Money. Thank you for the huge super chat. I appreciate
Andrew
it.
Jewry sent $25.
Thank you
Kyle
so
Kulinski
much.
go one day without posting about me. Challenge. Impossible.
Yeah,
Freedom News
seriously.
Forum sent $50. I would love to get involved in the foundation. I will relocate and work a year for free. I have political experience as a firefighter.
Oh,
Josiah Montoya
great.
sent
That
$20.
again.
Will they ever release the 9/11 files as Trump promised on his election campaign?
No.
Doug Stodging sent $20. First time super chatter. Paying my dues. Odds we get an infrastructure bill before 2028? Poor Richard sent $25. As bad as Trump may be at times, he'll always be the goat at verbally abusing female reporters.
All right, go to bed, Nick.
When the Trump
Go to bed,
Republican
Nick.
agreed that he was asked about you and Tucker, I was ready to
Go
call
to
him a
bed.
sucker. Then I heard his answer and I couldn't help but be happy for you, man. You know Mark Levin is so pissed right now, haha. On top of that, my hat came in. Is Trump Wang
Right.
Great show, Nick. God bless you and your family.
Thank you so
He sent
much. I really
$35.
appreciate
Organized
it.
jury attempting the Clarity Plan on all
A
white majority
fourth
countries.
time.
Trying to make us minorities through
A fourth.
Crystal Rock sent $25. Love to your mom. And Bobby sent $20. Culver's flavor of the day is Candace's chocolate cheeks. Are you getting a scoop, nigga?
It's the sweetest
Off topic,
thing.
but did you
Next
guys
time I
hear
see the
how
flyer, or I'll try to
Albert
Google it. Next time I
Einstein
see it.
did?
Oh yeah, Scoopy's
Albert
gonna have to hold
Einstein-
me back. Jumping over the counter. Give me some. Give me that flavor of the month. Get me
Until he
triple
realized
scooped
what
up
science
flavor of the
was
month.
about.
I had Culver's today. I got the
Anybody
chicken
hear
tenders
that
and the mac and
Albert
cheese.
Einstein was not okay with.
Ashley, I should have gotten out of here.
Yeah,
Or
and what
probably not.
about it? And what about it?
Ew.
Farm
Look into
fresh,
it. Look
pasture
into it.
raised, corn free,
Definitely.
corn
I wish
free,
everybody would look
antibiotic
into it.
free.
Albert
Dude,
Einstein was first
I
okay
saw
with
one of
it
these videos the other
because he
day.
was that refugee.
You know, let me just take a deep breath
Yeah,
first
I'm
before I,
definitely gonna look into
because I'm
it.
literally gonna spontaneously combust. I'm gonna like burst into flames if I keep
Saying that
working
from
myself
your
up like this.
fans books. Yeah,
I saw a
and
video
like,
this
that's
week.
something new I didn't know
I
about.
saw it last
You know, I
night.
mean, there's a lot that can
And
be
it's this
learned
guy,
here on
and
the
he's
old
got a
TikTok.
video. He goes,
If
"This
you
is what I
follow,
bought.
like, the
These are
right
my
people,
groceries
like,
for the
there's
week." And it's like a table with like all this meat,
You're just
eggs,
learning nothing good.
vegetables,
Just bullshit. But it's like when you actually
sourdough
look into stuff,
bread,
you don't just believe what you're
water, you know, a
told,
bunch
you
of
actually
stuff.
look it up.
And it, like the whole time, he's just like up talking. He's like, "So we got some really nice farm fresh pasture raised eggs. We got some nice honey made ice cream. We got some nice plums. We got some nice broccoli. We got some. It was always some this, some that, some whatever." And I just want to grab that guy. I mean, every time someone says it's not kill this thing, because I'm wild in my imagination. And I like to have this. Someone give this man a trophy, tell Time Magazine. Somebody call Time Magazine most influential of the year, Time Person of the Year. The guy that went grocery shopping. Who cares? Okay, you discovered meat and eggs. Congrats. And always be up top. We got some nice, cruelty-free, pasture-raised, corn-free, organic eggs. We got some nice.
Oh, God.
Sourdough products. We got some plums, which are just in season. We got, like, that was the video. And I'm watching the Sims. Come up. They want to tell everybody this is. You need to be eating like this. You need to eat like that. Thanks, but I know about eggs. Like, you don't need to tell me that eggs exist. Thank you very much. They make eggs and they put it on a wooden cutting board with their steak in the dirt. Look at how much you need to eat like this. Steak and eggs. Oh, man, you're telling me for the first time. Oh, I didn't know that. Really, steak and eggs exist. Oh, and fruit. Oh, I never heard of fruit before. I think it's too, I go to the farmers and I think it's all very animal. These are some new fish for no reason. This is some revolution in consciousness. Various meat and eggs. We've never heard someone like me before.
Is that real? Wow, well, good for you. Love to hear it. My shop is bonus $100%, $20. Immediately blows comments on the West Bank first. Why? Rain loves are $30. Can you explain why you are against corporate tax cuts? Just love them.
Sorry for the interruption here. Getting some bad static.
Congo is 90%. Is that the West? The West is the best. That's how I feel when I'm in Mexico DF. Really? And what is Brazil the West too? What are you talking about, dude? That's hilarious. Mexico is Western. They speak a Romance language. Yeah, and they speak French in West Africa. Is West Africa part of the West? It has West right there in the name, West Africa. You're funny. They speak French in Senegal. Senegal is a part of the West. They're part of the same tradition as Shakespeare and Voltaire. For sure, bro. For sure. That's your brain on this like heritage American BS. When people say stuff like
OG
that.
Roberto sent $20. Hey Nick, at church this weekend they talked about the bishops voting 216-5 against mass deportations. I'm trying to figure out how I feel about that being America first but also Catholic. I feel like it's kind of hypocritical because I know if I were to go to the Vatican uninvited they would remove me instantly.
It literally doesn't matter.
Nixon was born in Yorba Linda, California, sent $20. New England is haunted AF. Will not share the stories, but everyone there knows it too. Not in
Good
your
to
imagination.
know. Yeah, because it feels haunted.
Hyperborean spawn of Oiler sent $20. The MC rib is back by the way. God bless. Wet open mouth smooch. Anders sent $50. Thank you for your determination. You are a natural leader and a warrior. America first. We need to save our culture and preserve our heritage. Europe is cooked.
Thank you. Well, Europe might be better off than
Adam
us.
Carr sent $25. You referencing School of Rock made me had to send a super chat. Best movie ever as a kid.
So
John
true.
Dave Irving sent $75. Thanksgiving can be fun and trad. For example, the rustic 1621 harvest with Tuscan sophistication. The centerpiece is a porchetta-style turkey breast, rolled with sage, fennel pollen, and garlic to lock in moisture and flavor. Traditional sides are reimagined. Trade standard stuffing for a ciabatta and chestnut blend with mild Italian sausage.
Oh, thanks for that. That's a good
John Dave Irving
recommendation.
sent $25. Swap mashed potatoes for creamy
there's
mascarpone
more.
polenta topped with truffled mushrooms. Finished with a complex amaro cranberry mostarda and balsamic glazed squash. This meal perfectly bridges new world ingredients with old world culinary technique.
I'll give that a try. Thanks for
Really,
that's a
you sent
great
$20.
super chat.
I don't use this word lightly, but I genuinely believe Milo is evil. The world and politics will be better when he's gone.
I agree with that for sure. Definitely a satanic Jewish figure.
Jeff McLean sent $20. Did you see Brian Harpole, Charlie Kirk's head of security on the Sean Ryan show today? Very interesting.
No, I didn't catch that.
Canuck sent $25. Trump feared the Groyper curse. He is squeezed between Benjamin Netanyahu and Nicholas Fuentes.
Very true.
Zion sent $225. Here's more money. Can I get you a better set of headphones for super chats? Those look uncomfortable.
Do you think that we can't afford that? I love that insinuation. Oh, please, yeah. Like, no, these are just... Yeah, I mean, these are not the best. I don't know. We got to get different ones. But yeah, it's not because we
Jacob
don't
sent
have
$20.
$50.
Are you going to watch the new Ken Burns documentary on the American Revolution?
Yeah,
Dead
maybe.
Ass Tom sent-
I just heard about it
Dead Ass
right
Tom
now.
sent $20.
Okay?
Idea alert. You should start making Twitter videos like Keemstar does.
Why do people... Are you going to watch this on TV? Why do you care? Why you paid me $20 to ask me if I'm going to watch a show? Like, I just don't get it. Here's 20... Hey, are you going to watch this on TV? Someone's like giving me... Are you going to watch this show on TV? Maybe. I don't know. Are you happy now? Holy...
Dead Ass Tom sent $20. Idea alert. You should start making Twitter videos like Keemstar does. I think he's the only one who consistently does it. You could take over the market. Hold your phone portrait style and point it at your monitor. You could milk more content. Fuentes Forever sent $20. Hey Nick, great news. Just arrived in Chicago. Staying at a motel with my cousins, Doyle and...
May be true, but kind. But he does not talk my talk. I cannot feel his mind. I see the face and the eyes and the mouth, but not the soul behind. The men of my own stock, they may do ill or well, but they tell the lies I'm wanted to. They are used to the lies I tell, and we do not need interpreters when we go to buy or sell. Stranger within my gates, he may be evil or good, but I cannot tell what powers control, what reason sways mood, nor when the gods of his far-off land shall repossess his blood, 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 blood. Men of my own stock, bitter bad they may be, but at least they hear the things I hear, and see the things I see. And whenever I think of them and their likes, they think of the likes of me. This was my father's belief, and this is also mine. Let the corn be all one sheaf, and the grapes be all one vine. Here our children's teeth are set on edge by bitter bread and wine.
There's no one. There's no one live. There's no one left. There's one person standing there, and like one black bloc person there, and that's all there is. That's all there is. There's no one. There's no one left. There's one person standing there, and that's all there is. That's all there is. We'll get a better microphone here soon. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe the next day. But it's en route. I'll look around for anything else. Anything else going on? Let's see. That was a interesting episode. I'm not really a fan of that guy, but I mean, apparently, what is he like the leader of ours? Is he the leader, or is he like he's a major player? I'm like, dude, I don't really care, dude. That guy is a freaking. He has a big mouth and a small, whatever you want to call it. I'm not really a fan, but we all need to get together and figure out how to fix things. Nothing will ever be fixed. It's like a broken wheel. Everyone's trying to invent it. Freaking crazy. I mean, I don't know how long you want to stare at the screen right here, watching this. Like everyone just go do something different. We definitely made an impact tonight. Definitely made an impact over the last month and a half. And if they're still gonna come, then we'll come on them. Uh-oh. We are out of streams, my people. Bada bing. I can just go like this. Yeah, I don't have a chat, so you guys can't interact. So I'll probably reset. It's 11 PST. Just remember, self-taught. We'll get her done. We'll get her done soon. I know how to shoot, but I don't know how to fucking stream. So we'll figure it out, right? Practice makes perfect. Let's see here. I actually have a video I'll end you guys with here.
within my gate, he may be true or kind, but he does not talk my talk. I cannot feel his mind. I see the face and the eyes and the mouth, but not the soul behind. The men of my own stock, they may do ill or well, but they tell the lies I'm wanted to. They are used to the lies I tell. And we do not need interpreters when we go to buy or sell. Stranger within my gates, he may be evil or good, but I cannot tell what powers control, what reason sways mood, nor when the gods of his far-off land shall repossess his blood, 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 blood. Stock. Bitter bad they may be, but at least they hear the things I hear and see the things I see. And whatever I think of them and their likes, they think of the likes of me. This was my father's belief, and this is also mine. Let the corn be all one sheaf, and the grapes be all one vine. Here our children's teeth are set on edge by bitter bread and wine. The stranger within my gate, he may be true or kind, but he does not talk my talk. I cannot feel his mind. I see the face and the eyes and the mouth, but not the soul behind. The men of my own stock, they may do ill or well, but they tell the lies I'm wanted to. They are used to the lies I tell. And we do not need interpreters when we go to buy or sell. stranger within my gates, he may be evil or good, but I cannot tell what powers control, what reason sways mood, nor when the gods of his far-off land shall repossess his blood, 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 blood. Stock. Bitter bad they may be, but at least they hear the things I hear, and see the things I see. And whenever I think of them and their likes, they think of the likes of me. This was my father's belief, and this is also mine. Let the corn be all one sheaf, and the grapes be all one vine. Here our children's teeth are set on edge by bitter bread and wine. The stranger within my gate, he may be true or kind, but he does not talk my talk. I cannot feel his mind. I see the face and the eyes and the mouth, but not the soul behind. The men of my own stock, they may do ill or well, but they tell the lies I'm wanted to. They are used to the lies I tell. And we do not need interpreters when we go to buy or sell. Stranger within my gates, he may be evil or good, but I cannot tell what powers control, what reason sways mood, nor when the gods of his far-off land shall repossess his blood, 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 blood. own stock. Bitter bad they may be, but at least they hear the things I hear and see the things I see. And whenever I think of them and their likes, they think of the likes of me. This was my father's belief, and this is also mine. Let the corn be all one sheaf, and the grapes be all one vine. Here our children's teeth are set on edge by bitter bread and wine. The stranger within my gate, he may be true or kind, but he does not talk my talk. I cannot feel his mind. I see the face and the eyes and the mouth, but not the soul behind. The men of my own stock, they may do ill or well, but they tell the lies I'm wanted to. They are used to the lies I tell. And we do not need interpreters when we go to buy or sell. Stranger within my gates, he may be evil or good, but I cannot tell what powers control, what reason sways mood, nor when the gods of his far-off land shall repossess his blood, 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 blood. Stock. Bitter bad they may be, but at least they hear the things I hear and see the things I see. And whenever I think of them and their likes, they think of the likes of me. This was my father's belief, and this is also mine. Let the corn be all one sheaf, and the grapes be all one vine. Here our children's teeth are set on edge by bitter bread and wine. The stranger within my gate, he may be true or kind, but he does not talk my talk. I cannot feel his mind. I see the face and the eyes and the mouth, but not the soul behind. The men of my own stock, they may do ill or well, but they tell the lies I'm wanted to. They are used to the lies I tell, and we do not need interpreters when we go to buy or sell. Stranger within my gates, he may be evil or good, but I cannot tell what powers control, what reason sways mood, nor when the gods of his far-off land shall repossess his blood, 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 blood. Stock. Bitter bad they may be, but at least they hear the things I hear and see the things I see. And whatever I think of them and their likes, they think of the likes of me. This was my father's belief, and this is also mine. Let the corn be all one sheaf, and the grapes be all one vine. Here our children's teeth are set on edge by bitter bread and wine. The stranger within my gate, he may be true or kind, but he does not talk my talk. I cannot feel his mind. I see the face and the eyes and the mouth, but not the soul behind. The men of my own stock, they may do ill or well, but they tell the lies I'm wanted to. They are used to the lies I tell, and we do not need interpreters when we go to buy or sell. the soul behind. The men of my own stock, they may do ill or well, but they tell the lies I'm wanted to. They are used to the lies I tell. And we do not need interpreters when we go to buy or sell. The stranger within my gate, he may be true or kind, but he does not talk my talk. I cannot feel his mind. I see the face and the eyes and the mouth, but not the soul behind. The men of my own stock, they may do ill or well, but they tell the lies I'm wanted to. They are used to the lies I tell. And we do not need interpreters when we go to buy or sell. Stranger within my gates, he may be evil or good, but I cannot tell what powers control, what reason sways mood, nor when the gods of his far-off land shall repossess his blood, 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 blood. Stock. Bitter bad they may be, but at least they hear the things I hear and see the things I see. And whenever I think of them and their likes, they think of the likes of me. This was my father's belief, and this is also mine. Let the corn be all one sheaf, and the grapes be all one vine. Here our children's teeth are set on edge by bitter bread and wine. The stranger within my gate, he may be true or kind, but he does not talk my talk. I cannot feel his mind. I see the face and the eyes and the mouth, but not the soul behind. The men of my own stock, they may do ill or well, but they tell the lies I'm wanted to. They are used to the lies I tell. And we do not need interpreters when we go to buy or sell. The stranger. The men of my own stock, bitter bad they may be, but at least they hear the things I hear and see the things I see. And whenever I think of them and their likes, they think of the likes of me. This was my father's belief, and this is also mine. Let the corn be all one sheaf, and the grapes be all one vine. Here our children's teeth are set on edge by bitter bread and wine. The stranger within my gate, he may be true of kind, but he does not talk my talk. I cannot feel his mind. I see the face and the eyes and the mouth, but not the soul behind. The men of my own stock, they may do ill or well, but they tell the lies I'm wanted to. They are used to the lies I tell. And we do not need interpreters when we go to buy or sell. stranger within my gates, he may be evil or good, but I cannot tell what powers control, what reason sways mood, nor when the gods of his far-off land shall repossess his blood, 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 blood. The stranger within my gate, he may be true. The stranger within my gate, he may be true of kind, but he does not talk my talk. I cannot feel his mind. I see the face and the eyes and the mouth, but not the soul behind. The men of my own stock, they may do ill or well, but they tell the lies I'm wanted to. They are used to the lies I tell. And we do not need interpreters when we go to buy or sell. Stranger within my gates, he may be evil or good, but I cannot tell what powers control, what reason sways mood, nor when the gods of his far-off land shall repossess his blood, 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 blood. Stock. Bitter bad they may be, but at least they hear the things I hear and see the things I see. And whenever I think of them and their likes, they think of the likes of me. This was my father's belief, and this is also mine. Let the corn be all one sheaf, and the grapes be all one vine. Here our children's teeth are set on edge by bitter bread and wine. The stranger within my gate, he may be true of kind, but he does not talk my talk. I cannot feel his mind. I see the face and the eyes and the mouth, but not the soul behind. The men of my own stock, they may do ill or well, but they tell the lies I'm wanted to. They are used to the lies I tell, and we do not need interpreters when we go to buy or sell. Stranger within my gates, he may be evil or good, but I cannot tell what powers control, what reason sways mood, nor when the gods of his far-off land shall repossess his blood, 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 blood. Stock, bitter bad they may be, but at least they hear the things I hear and see the things I see. And whenever I think of them and their likes, they think of the likes of me. This was my father's belief, and this is also mine. Let the corn be all one sheaf, and the grapes be all one vine. Here our children's teeth are set on edge by bitter bread and wine. The stranger within my gate, he may be true of kind, but he does not talk my talk. I cannot feel his mind. I see the face and the eyes and the mouth, but not the soul behind. The men of my own stock, they may do ill or well, but they tell the lies I'm wanted to. They are used to the lies I tell, and we do not need interpreters when we go to buy or sell. stranger within my gates, he may be evil or good, but I cannot tell what powers control, what reason sways mood, nor when the gods of his far-off land shall repossess his blood, 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 blood. Stock. Bitter bad they may be, but at least they hear the things I hear and see the things I see. And whatever I think of them in their lives, they think of the likes of me. This was my father's belief, and this is also mine. Let the corn be all one sheaf, and the grapes be all one vine. Here our children's teeth are set on edge by bitter bread and wine. The stranger within my gate, he may be true or kind, but he does not talk my talk. I cannot feel his mind. I see the face and the eyes and the mouth, but not the soul behind. The men of my own stock, they may do ill or well, but they tell the lies I'm wanted to. They are used to the lies I tell. And we do not need interpreters when we go to buy or sell.